She kept pounding on my door like she owned the place. Yelling, "You can't just change the Wi-Fi. That's HOA property." I stood there, staring at her in disbelief. My Wi-Fi, in my own house. But she wasn't done. She pulled out her phone, dialed 911. And screamed loud enough for the whole street to hear. "There's a black man tampering with neighborhood systems." The neighbors peeked through curtains, some whispering, some recording. I didn't say a word. I just held up my phone. Because what she didn't know was that I'd found something strange. When I logged into my router. Not just her devices connected, but cameras I never installed. Hidden networks, hidden names. And one of those names. Hers. The cops arrived faster than I expected, lights flashing across my driveway. Karen ran toward them like she was the hero. Pointing at me and yelling, "That's him. He's hacking our neighborhood system." One officer raised his hand for silence, but she kept going. Spitting out lies like she'd rehearsed them. I stayed calm, even when the second cop rested his hand on his holster. "I'm in my own home," I said slowly. "And if you'll let me show you, I've got something you'll want to see." Karen cut me off. "Don't listen to him. He's dangerous, he." But then I turned my phone screen toward the officers. On it was the list of devices connected to my router. Names popped up one after another, Karen's phone. Her tablet, even something labeled, HOA security server. The younger officer frowned. "Wait, that's not possible. HOA doesn't run servers like that." Karen's face went pale, but she forced a laugh. "He's faking it. Just arrest him." The older cop leaned closer to me. "Sir, how did you get access to this?" "I didn't hack anything," I replied. "It's my own Wi-Fi. But what I found on it explains why my cameras have been glitching. Why neighbors' smart locks have been failing. Someone's been spying." The silence that followed was heavier than sirens. Karen's smile cracked, and for the first time, she looked scared. Because she knew exactly what I'd just uncovered. Karen stepped back, clutching her phone like it was a weapon. "He's lying. He's making it up," she yelled, but her voice cracked this time. The older cop narrowed his eyes and walked up my porch, motioning for me to hand him the phone. He scrolled, his brow furrowing deeper with each line he read. "These are active feeds," he murmured to his partner. "Look at this, cameras inside people's houses." The younger officer leaned over. This is illegal surveillance." I nodded. "Hidden in our own network. Someone's been routing all the HOA cameras through private servers. And guess who's on every single access log?" Karen's face went from red to white. "That's not true. The HOA gave me permission. I was only trying to keep the neighborhood safe." The older cop straightened, his hand now on his cuffs. "Ma'am, you're saying the HOA authorized private cameras inside people's homes? Because if that's true, I'm going to need names and written approval right now." Karen's lips trembled. I don't have paperwork with me." I took a slow step closer, keeping my voice calm. "She's been using her position to spy on everyone. She even had access to my baby monitor. My wife caught her on a feed last night, watching. The neighbors were all out now, recording on their phones." Whispers rippled down the street. Someone shouted, "Is this true?" Another yelled, "I knew it." Karen's phone buzzed. She glanced at it, then quickly shoved it into her bag like it was burning her. That's when I saw it. The HOA logo wasn't on the phone case anymore. It was a fake badge. And I realized the twist wasn't over yet. The moment the fake badge peeked out of her bag, the older cop snatched it. He flipped it over, studied it, then held it up to his partner. "This isn't an HOA badge," he said loudly so the crowd could hear. "It's a counterfeit security credential. This isn't even registered with the county." Karen lunged forward, trying to grab it back. "Give that to me. You don't understand." But before she could finish, her phone slipped from her bag and hit the porch with a sharp crack. The screen lit up, and a notification flashed across it. "Transfer complete, HOA master server access revoked." The younger officer bent to pick it up, then froze. This phone is connected to more than 50 hidden cameras, he said quietly. All routed through a private server. In Karen's name. Gasps erupted from the neighbors. Someone shouted, "You've been spying on us." Another person yelled, "I want her arrested." Karen's face twisted with panic. She reached for her phone, but I was faster. I picked it up and turned the screen toward the cops. This is what I found when I changed my Wi-Fi password. She's been using my network as her hub. That's why she freaked out. The older cop's voice hardened. "Ma'am, you're under investigation for illegal surveillance, impersonating security personnel, and filing a false police report." Karen's hands went up, trembling. "You don't understand. I wasn't the one in charge," she blurted. "I was told to do this, someone higher up gave me orders." The crowd fell silent. Even the officers paused. I stared at her. "Higher up? Who?" Karen swallowed hard, looking over her shoulder as if someone might be watching. "You have no idea who you're messing with," she whispered. And that's when I knew the real fight hadn't even started yet. The cops didn't buy her stalling anymore. The older one clicked the cuffs onto her wrists while neighbors filmed every second. Karen shouted, twisting against the grip. "You don't get it. If they find out I talked," but the slam of the squad car door cut her off. The street buzzed with voices, shock turning into anger. People started asking questions: who else was involved, how deep this went. The younger officer turned to me. "Sir, thank you for staying calm. We'll need a full statement and a copy of what you found. This could open a much bigger case." I nodded, my chest tightening with a strange mix of relief and dread. I had only wanted to reset my Wi-Fi, but instead, I had pulled the thread on something much darker. Later that night, I stood on my porch with my wife. The flashing lights were gone, the street quiet again. But I couldn't shake Karen's last words. "You have no idea who you're messing with." My wife slipped her arm around mine. "Whatever comes, we'll handle it," she whispered. I looked out at my home, the land I worked for, the place I swore to protect. "I didn't fight for this country to be spied on in my own house," I said. "If they want a war over freedom, they picked the wrong men." And with that, I saved the files onto 3 different drives. Because I knew tonight was just the beginning. I didn't fight for this country to be spied on in my own house.